Thank you guys for coming out and enjoying some time out here in the semi-wilderness. We have two young men for the Steelers, one in Jack Sawyer, Ohio State linebacker, and Yahya Black, defensive tackle from Iowa. And you guys are rookies. And, you know, it's the first time really getting inundated into Steelers culture and the Steelers way. What has it been so far playing for the black and gold, being around the crowd, going through the experience through this rookie year? Like, how has it been for you guys so far?
It's been awesome. You know, I think that Steelers Nation is one of the best fan bases, if not the best fan base, you know, in the NFL. And, you know, our fans are awesome, and the city's awesome. They rallied behind us, and I'm super excited to be able to get out there and you know, live up to the standard in which, you know, the defenses have played, you know, since the Steelers became a franchise.
I've just been soaking it all in. I mean, came here, you go through the tunnel, and it opens up into the city, and man, from there, I couldn't explain it. You know, it was such a good feeling. And then there's so many vets around, get to just watch and learn and see how they do things around here.
I can tell you this, Yahya, 21 years of coming up here since I was sitting in your seat in 2004, that tunnel experience does not go away. And you realize this is a very special place. It's almost like hidden to the sports world, I like to think of it. I think one of the things that I remembered, you know, from my very first time coming to Pittsburgh, you know, was looking at the history, right? And for you guys, the steel curtain, you know, thinking about Mean Joe Green, you look at Dwight White, L.C. Greenwood, Mel Blount walking around, still looks like he might have one less clothesline across the middle left in him. But what does that mean for you guys when you think about the defensive history, the Hall of Famers, especially on your side of the ball?
Ah, man, we went to the stadium and went through the hall, and it was crazy because it went through like the whole history, and you just saw it all. I saw Dwight White stuff, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. And what's even crazier, I just went to a flea market, and they had collectible cups, and one was the Dwight Whites, and I had to buy it.
Oh, absolutely.
And I was like, wow, like this is dope. And then the whole history behind it really like means something, and can't wait to grasp it.
Yeah, I mean, the history behind, you know, the steel curtain and the way Pittsburgh's known for, you know, having tough, hard-nosed defenses that, you know, when you go in the stadium, you got them on your schedule that, you know, you're going to leave and be sore for the next few weeks, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't want to play for any other team that does it any other way. And like Yahya said, the tradition of guys who have came before us in both of our positions and across the board on the defense side of the ball, I mean, it's just it's a blessing to be a part of it.
It's a blessed place to be, right? I mean, I can hear it from you guys. You understand what it means here. And I'm happy to hear you guys put it in those terms, because I think the easiest way to kind of sum that up in 3 words, the Steelers way. One generation allows the next generation to step up just a little bit higher. That legacy is great, but what's Yahya Black's story going to be? What's Jack Sawyer's story going to be? And I'm glad that I get kind of a bird's eye view in the booth to watch that journey kind of unfold. But right now, we're still out in the woods, and we have s'mores.
Sauce me one, come on.
There it is, there it is. Jack, you're an Ohio boy. You're right across the border here. When you hear the word renegade and compared to Steelers football, what is the first thing that pops in your mind?
I just think of, you know, as many fans in a stadium as you can think of going crazy, swinging that terrible towel.
I don't know much about it. Probably sounds terrible. I think of renegade, and I think of the TikTok dance.
There's a new generation here. This is a new generation.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad on me. That was bad on me. Yeah.
I'll say this. I mean, there's a lot of traditions at a lot of stadiums, especially you guys know in college, right? Fourth quarter songs, whether it's at your stadium. Yeah, I was about to say the Snoopy song. I heard that
Doesn't quite
song.
get you fired up, but
No,
it's a
but
feel-good
it
song.
gets people happy.
Yeah.
What tradition does Iowa have in the fourth
We
quarter?
wave. No, we don't have a fourth quarter tradition.
Oh,
it's
you
hot.
don't?
It's hot.
Yeah, and it's snapping.
After the first quarter, we waved to the Children's Hospital. That's right above.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool. That is one thing I think every team should do, because it's really cool.
Yeah, no, that's a special moment. And that just brings me to it, because talk about charity, right? And the Rooney family and kind of their roots, their origins here in Western PA. What they value is your impact off the field. You know, plenty of guys have had plenty of charities. I mean, from diabetes research to lupus research, the Sickle Cell Foundation. We've had a plethora of them. When you think about that aspect of it, you know, what does that mean to you when you think of the Rooney legacy, the tradition, but also the sense of community?
I think of longevity. It's kind of hard for people to like stay in one spot, but like to have a whole family support for decades, on top of decades. And then you have a coach like Mike T that's sticking around, like to have that longevity, and it builds a big community, and then it can only expand from there.
It makes sense of why, you know, excellence is the standard here. And I think that the mission and the goal has always been the same. And when you're preaching the same thing year in and year out, you're going to get the results, you know, that you're preaching and looking forward to and always aspiring to. And like you said about the community stuff, like, you know, we've all talked about it a bunch too, like what we want to do to impact the community. Because, you know, the way you are off the field and how you impact others is what people are going to remember most about you. And I think that's a big thing.
And I kind of want to wrap this up. You know, just asking you, lastly, you've been around the city of Pittsburgh. You've gotten to see what we call the Burgh. You've seen the fans. You've been around the community. You know, what does it mean to you, in the end, to sum it up, what does it mean to be a Steeler in your perspective as we kind of round this out?
I got one word. It's just family. Like, it's crazy. Like, you have the whole city behind your back, and then you're with the team that is also such a tight-knit group.
Fellowshipping together, it's always at the forefront for Coach T.
Yeah.
Finding that which you cannot measure, as he always talks about.
All right, so you're taking that too? You like the family?
I'm taking
one?
that too, yeah.
All right, so the combined, well then I guess the only way to close this out is to say, welcome to the family.